Hello everyone, how are you all? So in this video we will be discussing your heat transfer through the variable thermal conductivity. Okay, if the conductivity is varying with respect to temperature, my dear students. So let us see that what will be the heat transfer through the variable thermal conductivity. So let us consider the case. So heat transfer with the variable thermal conductivity can be calculated. Let us see how. Heat transfer with variable thermal conductivity, my dear students. With variable thermal conductivity, my dear students. Okay. Now, what were the assumptions? Let us see. Assumptions, you know. Assumptions for heat transfer. So now I think you remember all the assumptions. So there is a steady state heat transfer. Steady state heat transfer. And number second, one dimensional heat transfer. Number third, isotropic material, that is homogeneous and isotropic material. Okay. Number fourth one was constant thermal conductivity, but in this case this will not be there, my dear students. Now let us see. So now if I will consider what? If I will consider a, let us say case first, when thermal conductivity is varying with linearly with temperature. Let us take case 1. If thermal conductivity is varying linearly with temperature. So this will be given by what? K is equal to K naught 1 plus beta T. Maybe you have seen this equation in 12th class physics. Okay, like that you have seen the resistance R is equal to R naught 1 plus beta T. Okay, so let us see what will be there. So when conductivity will be varying linearly with your temperature, my dear students. So case first we are discussing, and that is for your plain slab. That is for your heat transfer with variable thermal conductivity, and that case first is for your plain slab. Plain slab, my dear students. Plain slab we are talking about, and case first we are talking about linearly with temperature. Okay, and there is also no heat generation. So no heat generation is also considered in the case no heat generation. So what will be the heat transfer in plain slab given by? This will be given by according to Fourier's law. So according to Fourier's law, heat transfer is given by what? This will be given by Q is equal to minus kappa K into area dt by dx, my dear students. Okay. So now let us put the value of K from this equation to this. So what it will become? Let us see. So this will become Q is equal to minus K naught 1 plus beta T into area A, okay, into dt by dx. And let us take this dx this side. So what will be this? Let us see. So this will become how much? It will become Q by A into dx is equal to minus K naught 1 plus beta T into dt. And let us integrate from 0 to L and integrate this from T1 to T2. How? Because I am taking a case of plain slab. You already know. If someone is new in this video, let us see. This is your T1, this is your T2, this is your L, and my dear students, this is your K. Okay? And let us say this is your heat transfer in this case. So integrating this equation, what I will have, let us see. So this will become what? This will become Q by A can be taken outside because it is constant, my dear students? Yes or no? As this is constant, this can be taken outside. So Q by A can be taken outside. So this will become 0 to L dx. Okay. Now this will be the same. That is minus T1 minus of T1 to T2 K naught 1 plus beta T dt. So let us integrate it. Now what I will have, this equation will become Q by A into X, that will be from 0 to L, is equal to minus, I am taking outside, this will become K naught. Let us take K naught outside also. K naught 1 plus beta T. So this will become 1, it will become T plus beta T square by 2, and this is varying from T1 to T2. Because X in this direction there is X, this is X equal to 0, there is the L is equal to 0. Okay, and that is at X equal to L, at that right face. So this will become Q by A into L only, okay, minus K naught T1. So this is T1, this is T2. So this will become T1 minus T2 plus beta T1 minus T2 square divided by 2. So can I take that T1 minus T2 outside? Yes. So this will become minus K naught T1, this will become 1 plus beta T1 A square minus B square is equal to A plus B, A minus B. So this will become T1 plus T2 divided by 2, and this will become T1 minus T2 again. And if I will compare this equation, so let us take Q by A into L, let us calculate Q is equal to minus K naught, or we can directly multiply, okay, K naught 1 plus beta T1 plus T2 divided by 2. Okay, let us take that is your conductivity, and multiply by your area A divided by L into dt. So can I compare this equation with this equation? Okay, so this equation and this equation are almost similar, so there will be only little change of conductivity. So this conductivity let us consider, that is K average or K mean. So Km, you can easily have Km. So if there is a variable thermal conductivity case, you can directly calculate what? By this formula, K naught 1 plus beta 1 T1 and with average temperature. Let us take this temperature to be Tm. So conductivity will be given by Km is equal to K naught 1 plus beta Tm in case of plain slabs, and where Tm will be your average temperature of the slab, that is T1 plus T2 by 2. So my dear students, this will be the heat transfer, this will be the average temperature, which is Tm for constant varying thermal conductivity, and this will be your mean thermal conductivity or average thermal conductivity in the plain slab. And like this you can have the value of what? The value of heat transfer in this case when the thermal conductivity is varying with temperature, my dear students. So can you calculate the heat transfer? Yes, now we can calculate the heat transfer if thermal conductivity is varying. So let us see if we can calculate the temperature profile. So how we can calculate the temperature profile in this case, let us see. So let us see the temperature profile. So how can we calculate the temperature profile in this case, my dear students? Again the same. Let us consider the case for this. So if this is your plain slab, let us take this is your plain slab. Okay, and you have to calculate temperature, you want to calculate temperature at any distance x. Let us say you have to calculate temperature T here, and this is your T1, this is your T2. So let us calculate the temperature profile at how we can see in this, in the very case of variable thermal conductivity. So this will become x in this direction, and this is your L, my dear students. We know that temperature profile can be calculated easily. How? Let us put the value in heat transfer again and calculate the T here. Can we calculate the T here? If we know Ka, that is K naught 1 plus beta T area into dt by dx. Now let us integrate, take these terms this side. This will become dx by a again minus k naught 1 plus beta t, and again you have to integrate from, that is from your t to t1, or we can say the final temperature. You have to integrate it from, that is negative is here, so this must be t1 minus t2. Okay, let us see. So this will be nothing but from t2 t1, t2 t1, and this will be from 0 to x, because at x you have to calculate the temperature. Okay, at x you have to calculate the temperature, my dear students. So x is equal to, will be what? So you are integrating it from t1 to t2 and 0 to x. So let us see boundary conditions. Boundary conditions are at x equal to 0, that t is equal to t1. Okay, t is equal to t1, at x equal to l, t is equal to t2. Or let us take this length x, or x I am taking, it's okay, let us take x only, or at a distance x from this left face. So this will become q into x by a. Okay, now this will become t1 to t2, because negative sign is already there, t1 to t2, or t1 to t, t1 to t. Okay, so this will become how much? Minus k naught, this will become t minus t1 plus 1 plus beta t, that will become t, or 1 plus beta. Okay, now can you have the temperature profile? Yes, we can have the temperature profile. So what will be the temperature profile, my dear students? This will be given by Qx by A divided by K naught is equal to T minus T1 plus beta T square minus T1 square divided by 2. Okay. So you can see the temperature profile is not linear. This is constant, this is constant, this is constant, this is constant. So everything is in, this is constant. So this is equal to constant. So this term will be something what? This is not linear. This is not linear. So we can say the temperature profile is not linear in this case. Let us see. Then how we can calculate that temperature profile. So we know that K is equal to, let us see, my dear students, this is K is equal to K naught 1 plus beta T, and beta, you know, beta is positive for insulators and beta is negative for metals, solid metals. I have taught you in thermal conductivity. So K is equal to K naught 1 plus beta T. So if you will differentiate it with respect to temperature T, what you will have, or with respect to X, let us differentiate it with respect to X. So this will become dk by dx. So that implies conductivity is varying now. So dt by dx will become equal to what? Will become equal to 1 upon beta dk by dx. dk by dx. So thermal conductivity, maybe you have seen, is not never negative. Okay, is never negative. So this will be your positive. And let us say for your non-metals and insulators, beta is positive. So beta is positive. So both are positive. So when both are positive, that means dt by dx means dt is what? When both are positive, then what will happen? That dt is decreasing, my dear students. So dt by dx is, so k will increase. So this value will be something like this. So your dt is increasing, my dear students. So beta is positive, dt is increasing. So this will be your, what kind of shape it is? This will be concave in nature. Okay, and the vice versa is dt by dx for non-metals will be 1 upon beta. So this will be negative, and this will be dk by dx will be positive. So this will be positive, so this value will be negative. Dt by then dt by dx will be like this. This will be a concave and this is your convex, my dear students. Convex temperature profile. This is concave temperature profile in this direction, my dear students. So let us discuss the second case, that is for cylinder, my dear students, and that how there will be heat transfer in the cylinder. So we have discussed the first case, which was your plane slab. So now let us discuss the second case, that is your heat transfer inside a cylinder for variable thermal conductivity. That is, if thermal conductivity is linearly varying, my dear students. So let us see case second. Case second, my dear students, that is for cylinder with variable thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity. And you know all the assumptions, I'm not repeating. So your thermal conductivity in the cylinder is varying like linearly, that is 1 plus beta T. 1 plus beta T, my dear students. So now, what I know in cylinders, so in the cylinders, heat transfer is generally given by minus K, or how it is given by, you know, or we know the heat transfer is given by Ka dt by dr and area for the cylinder. So if you will consider the case where there is a cylinder, okay, so there will be the curved surface area for this. This will be the curved surface area like this, from where heat transfer is occurring. I have already told you. Let us say at a distance r from the center. So what will be the outside area? So this will be 2 pi r multiplied by L. That is the length of that is curved surface area for in this case. Okay. Now let us move fast and do it quickly. So this will become Q. Q is equal to minus of K naught 1 plus beta T into dt by dr. Okay. Now take that or multiplied by area. What is the area, my dear students? 2 pi RL. 2 pi L into R, let us say. Okay. So let us take or separate the variables. So this will become equal to Q multiplied by nothing. I am taking R this side like this. I am taking that R to this side. So this will become minus of K naught, or we can directly write 2 pi L, okay, into K naught into again 1 plus beta T, okay, and dt. So let us integrate this equation, and let us have the value of heat transfer with variable thermal conductivity. So let us say there is temperature T1 at radius R1. At radius R1 the temperature is T1, let us say. Let us see, okay, and at radius R2 the temperature is T2. Now these are the boundary conditions, let us see. So boundary conditions are at R is equal to R1, temperature T is equal to T1. At R is equal to R2, temperature T is equal to T2, my dear students. So putting the boundary conditions and integrating with respect to x R, so integrating the above equation with respect to R, what I will have, let us see. So I am integrating this equation. So this will become Q ln R, okay, and the limit will be from R1 to R2. So boundary conditions will be like this, and this is there, this side this will be 2 pi K L K naught. So sorry, this will be 2 pi K naught L, okay, this will be 2 pi K naught L, and I am integrating this. So this will become what, let us see, this will become T plus beta T square by 2, and the value will be from T1 to T2. So boundary conditions will be from R1 R2, this side I have taken, and T1 T2 this side I have taken. So putting the boundary conditions, let us see what I will have. Q ln this will become what? R2 minus R1, and this side will be 2 pi k naught L. This will be T2 minus T1, okay, plus beta 2 T2 square minus T1 square, my dear students. So if I will take T2 minus T1 out, what will be there? Let us see. This will be minus 2 pi k naught L delta T. I am taking T2 minus T1 outside. So this will become what? 1 plus beta by 2. And I am taking the remaining term will be what? T2 plus T1 divided by 2. Okay? The remaining term will be this. So this will become, I am considering this term to be beta Tm. That is the mean temperature. Tm. Let us take it Tm. So the heat transfer in this case will be given by Q. So this is ln R2 minus ln R1. So this will become how much? This will be ln R2 and minus of ln R1. Okay. So this will become ln of Q into ln of R2 by R1 is equal to minus 2 pi k naught minus 2 pi k naught, or let us see like this. Q is equal to, so Q multiplied by ln of R2 by R1 divided by, or let us see directly. So this will become equal to minus of 2 pi k naught minus of 2 pi k naught L, and this will become, let us take this to this side, L k naught 1 plus beta Tm into dt. Okay. Now k naught plus 1 plus k naught into 1 plus beta Tm will be your Km, that is the average thermal conductivity. So this will be Km in the variable case. Okay. So let us see, Q will be given by minus again 2 pi L into K naught, or this will become Km, this will become dt divided by ln of R2 by R1. So my dear students, this will be the heat transfer in case of what? Variable thermal conductivity in the case of cylinders. Okay. Now can we calculate for spheres? Yes. Or can we have the temperature difference at, or can we calculate the temperature at any profile or at any radius r here? Let us see this at this radius. I want to calculate the temperature with variable thermal conductivity. Can I have the temperature? Yes. Let us see how the temperature will be. So temperature will be in this case given by what? Again I will integrate this equation. Okay. Now let us see what will be the temperature profile. So it will be the integration from R1 to T. R1 to T. I am not considering T2 right now. So let us see. Hope you have written that. So let us calculate the temperature profile. So temperature at any radius r can be calculated. Temperature at any radius. In this case only, temperature at any radius r. At any radius r, my dear students. That is smaller. So what it will become, let us see. So I am calculating the temperature at any radius r when the thermal conductivity is varying. Okay. Most important case for the gate, because cylinders are asked so many times. Okay. So let us consider this case. So if I am having that boundary condition that at r is equal to r1, temperature is T1. So T is equal to T1, and at r is equal to r, the temperature is T. Okay, at r the temperature is T here, my dear students. I have to calculate this T. So again, so this will be given by what? Is given by minus 2 pi. The area will be given by, or let us see, this will be given by K into area into dt by dr, my dear students. Okay. So area in this case will be what? This will be again 2 pi RL. So let us put the value of area and conductivity from this equation. So this will become Q is equal to minus K naught 1 plus beta T into area, this will become 2 pi r L into dt by dr. And separating the terms, what I will have, let us see, q into dr divided by r, okay, is equal to minus k naught is constant into 2 pi r. I have taken this side, L is constant, and the remaining term is nothing but 1 plus beta t into dt, my dear students. So let us integrate again. What I will have, let us see. So q into ln of r, and that will be from r1 to r now. So this will be minus k naught 2 pi l. This will be t plus beta t square by 2, and this will be again from t1 to t2. T1 to t only. So let us put all values. This will become q into ln of r2 minus ln of r1. Okay. This will become minus k naught 2 pi l into t minus t1 plus t minus t square minus t1 square divided by 2. Okay. So from this equation, I can also modify it to like this: q ln of r2 by r, that is not r2, that is r by r1 is equal to minus of k naught, so beta is also there, plus beta minus k naught 2 pi l, my dear students, and this will be t minus t1 plus beta t square minus t1 square by 2. Okay. So my dear students, at any radius r, in this case I can calculate the temperature T at any radius. Okay. So this can be the temperature at any radius r. So my dear students, temperature at any radius r will be given by, if you know the heat transfer, this will be minus of 2 pi k naught L into T minus T1 plus T square minus T1 square into beta divided by 2 divided by ln of r by r1. So by this equation, you can have temperature at any position, or you can also write T minus T1 plus beta T square minus T1 square by beta by 2 is equal to q by 2 pi k naught L into ln of r2 by r by r1. So you can have a temperature at any, this is the equation to calculate, this equation is used to calculate temperature at any radius r with variable thermal conductivity, my dear students, conductivity. Okay. Now let us see the third case, which is your sphere. So let us see the third case, which will be your sphere. So conduction through sphere with variable thermal conductivity. So let us say conduction through sphere. Later on we will be moving to the heat generation. Okay. Now case third is your, so my dear students, case third is your conduction through cylinder, conduction through sphere with variable thermal conductivity. Again I am taking that thermal conductivity is varying linearly, and assumptions you know right now I am not discussing. 1 plus beta t, okay, this is given. So what will be the heat transfer? So heat transfer through sphere is given by what? Yes, you know the heat transfer through sphere. This is given by what? Q is equal to, again, minus Ka dt by dr. So let us say this is your sphere. Same case. This is R1, this is T1, this is R2, this is T2. And heat transfer is occurring radially. QR is occurring radially. So in the heat transfer in the sphere, in the sphere, your heat transfer is occurring radially. Okay. Now let us see. So putting all values, what I will have, let us see. So Q steady state case I have considered minus K naught 1 plus beta T into area. What will be the curved surface? Sorry, what will be the surface area for this? The area for this will be given by 4 pi r square, my dear students. Okay. So let us take the area 4 pi r square into dt by dr, and separating the variables, what I will have, let us see. So this will become Q by r square into dr minus of K naught into, or 4 pi K naught into 1 plus beta T into dt. So this will be dt. Okay, everything is correct. 4 pi dt. Now let us integrating this equation with respect to, again, putting the boundary conditions. What are the boundary conditions? So boundary conditions are at r is equal to r1, t is equal to t1, at r is equal to r2. So this is very simple. If you will remember the concept, you can easily do all the questions. Okay. So let us integrate it. This will be from r1 to r2. This will be from t1 to t2. So this will be q into. So if you will integrate r square, that is r to the power minus 2, this will become what? R to the power minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1, which will be r to the power minus 1 upon minus 1. So this can be written as r to the power minus 1 upon r, and this will be r1 to r2 is equal to minus 4 pi K naught is constant, and this will become what? T, which will be given by T plus beta T square by 2 again. So this will be T1 to T2. Now putting the values, what I will have, let us see. So this can be written as Q of minus of 1 upon R2, minus of 1 upon R2, minus of 1 upon R1. Okay, and this will become 4 pi K naught T2 minus T1 plus beta T2 square minus T1 square by 2. Okay, so let us take T2 minus T1 this side. This will become what? So Q will be equal to Q into, that is Q into, this will become 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2 is equal to minus 4 pi K naught dt. I am taking outside, that is T2 minus T1 I am taking this side from integration, and this will become 1 plus beta T average or Tm. So what was the Tm here? I have taken T1 plus T2 divided by 2. And what will be the Km then? This will be given by K naught 1 plus beta Tm. So this will be your Km. If you are remembering this Km only, Km is 1 plus how much? K naught 1 plus beta Tm, which is T1, and Tm is what? T average, which is T1 plus T2 by 2. So you, with variable thermal conductivity, you can help these formulas you can have, and you can directly put the values in the equations of heat transfer, and you can easily calculate. So this will become how much? Let us see. K naught 1 plus beta Tm will become what? So this will become Q is equal to R2 minus R1. So this will be 4 pi R1 R2 divided by R2 minus R1 divided by R2 minus R1 multiplied by Km into dt, where Km will be equal to how much? K naught plus, so this will be your K naught, let us say, and this is dt. So this will be your Km, my dear students. Okay, so like this you can calculate the heat transfer with variable thermal conductivity in case of spheres. Okay,